All right, welcome back. This is video number 3. In this video, we're going to have a look at the assessments and how you're going to be assessed in this course. I've already gone over a little bit of this in the course outline, and so I'm not going to go over it in any detail here. I'm going to spend the focus of the time on how the assessment will be conducted. You know that there's quizzes virtually every week, and they're all occurring on Fridays at 12:30 till 1:30, so you have a 1-hour time frame to log onto the computer and conduct the quiz. Now the quiz is about 15 multiple choice questions. You have 10 minutes, so it's a very short, simple assessment, and it just summarizes what you've done in the previous week. So week 1 we did chapter 1, so in week 2 on the Friday you're going to be doing the quiz. And the other assessments that we're going to be talking about is not just the quizzes, because each quiz is actually worth 1.6667%. There's a total of 12 of them, which equals a total of 20% of your overall course mark. But you're also going to have to do an assignment. I'm assigning some additional coursework in LinkedIn. These are certification courses. They're very small. There's one course per chapter that you have to complete, and each of those are worth 1% each. They're very easy. They're very informative. They're actually kind of fun. Now, there's also a presentation, a midterm, and a final. So let's get into the details. So to access all your assessments, I've put them in a link here on the side called Assessments. Once you click on that, you will be presented with what is currently available. Now, when it's time, so for example, on Friday at 12:30, the quiz number 1 will appear. That's this one here. Right now, it shows out grayed out. You probably might not even see it on your assessment. I see it because as an instructor, I see it. But you probably won't see it until that time. Once that time is available, you will see it. You can click on it and you can take the assessment. Now, to take the assessment, it's just not a matter of clicking on it and doing the quiz, because we want to make sure that students follow our academic integrity policy here at Douglas College, and we want to make sure that all of your knowledge is vetted as clearly as possible. So to do that, we use a tool called the Lockdown Browser. Now, this tool here, what it does is it creates a completely new browser, not Chrome, not Safari, not Firefox, any of that kind of stuff. This is a new browser that you're going to be required to use if you want to do the assessment. So you have to do this to do the quizzes, the midterm, and the final. So without doing this, you are not going to get through the course. So you have to do this. So there's an overview about what this is, and I would highly encourage you to watch the video right here. And they just go through and explain.
If you're watching this,
they explain how the Lockdown Browser works. So number 1, watch the video. And it gives a very clear understanding of what this Lockdown Browser program is going to do. It basically means that you're not going to be able to print off, you're not going to be able to chat with anybody, you're not going to be able to search. You're going to have to do all of the assessment on your own. So the reason we do that is so that every student is, treated the same. It's just you and your brain, and that's what we're assessing. So we don't want people to get online and start Googling answers. In fact, you only have 40 seconds per question to answer. So you're not going to have time to Google the question anyways, and everybody does it at the same time. They're randomly sorted, and you can't go back and answer questions again. So the way that the quizzes work is that you really just need to know how or what the information is. All right, so I'll let you go through that video, and that's very important. Now, the version you're going to pick is either Microsoft PC or a Macintosh. They have both. You can pick that, and it downloads that version. So you click on Install, you download it. Down here, it says it's downloading the current version, and I will put it on pause here. All right, that took about 30 seconds on my computer, and I'm going to open it. Now, I've already installed the tool, but I'll go through the process again. So it says, here's the Respondus Lockdown Browser. You want to add this to your device. I'm going to say yes. So it's going to install the browser on my computer. And this process doesn't take that long. And once you've done it once, that'll be good for the entire term. So I'm going to reinstall it since I've already had it installed. And it looks like we're good to go. So that's all that's involved in installing the browser. Now, if you want to conduct or do the quiz, what you have to do is you have to start the download browser. Now, to start the download browser, you can't have any other communication programs running at the same time. Things like Skype or Outlook or some kind of social media chatting tools or that sort of stuff. So you really need to close down all your programs that have that, and then you open up the lockdown browser. So before we do that, I'm going to go back into my assessments, and I'll just have a look at what are we going to be doing. So I've set up a pre-assessment quiz. And the reason I set this up was I want students to be able to practice installing the browser and practice how the quizzes are going to run before they actually do it. So this is pretty much identical to one of the quizzes that one of the 12 that you're going to do. So that's the one right here. So for example, if I click on it while I'm still in Chrome, I'm going to try to take it. And a lot of students, they try this. They try to open it up and they just can't get in. There is no password for this. You submit it. No, it's not going to let you in. To run this, you need to be able to run it with a lockdown browser, and you also need to have your webcam on your laptop. So that's not going to work. You cannot do it through here. So I'll cancel out of there, and I'll cancel out of this one. If I want to run this, I have to open up the new lockdown browser. Now the new lockdown browser has an icon like a padlock, so you have to find it on your desktop. Looks like this actually, and it'll ask you to install it or to run it. So let's open it up and let's run that browser. And it comes up usually with messages like, you know, you've got links. Okay, I've got the link running. So do you want to close that process? Yeah, I want to close it. Or you can cancel altogether. Don't want to close it. So the reason they're taking these out is because they don't want any of these background tools running. Now, my monitor is not displaying it that well, but anyway, it's just telling here a little bit about the privacy and the cookies and the terms and conditions. Click on OK. And from here, I just log back into my account. So I'm going to log back into oops, I think I might have. All right, so I'm going to log back in, and I'm going to select on my course, and it's this one right here. Yours will probably look a little different than mine. And you got to go back into the assessments. And you're going to get this one here called the pre-assessment right here. So that's what you want. So you're going to click on pre-assessment right there. Click on begin. And then from here, there's a little bit of setup. And you've got to go through and read the instructions. So you can say, yes, I'm going to agree. It's going to ask you for a check. That's the wrong side. So I'm going to say change my webcam. And my webcam, I'm going to open it up. There it is. There I am. Hello, everybody. And I'm going to say OK. And all right, it's going to ask you to record a 5-second. And basically what they're doing is they're just asking to make sure that it's you that's writing the test. So we do a video connection here. And it sets it up. Make sure that it's you that is doing it. And asking, oh, there it is right there. Continue, continue. A little bit of a setup here, and then from there, let me just see here if I can. My screen is a little bit off here. Anyway, I'm going to go next. It's going through the instructions here that you're going to need to do for your system. Check, and what the environment should be like when you're doing this. You shouldn't wear a hat. You should have good lighting, etc. Can't do it on I think a mobile device, so you have to do it on your laptop with a webcam. And we'll take a picture. Perfect. And say continue. So just continue, 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 and show identification. Now this show identification, I'm not going to do that one, so I'll probably turn this one off. If you get that, you're supposed to hold up your student ID to the screen, but I probably will take that one off because it's going to make it too difficult. And environmental check. Check your system. It wants you to pan around to see your environment. I don't think I'm going to do that one either. I'll probably take that one off. So you can see here, they really want to make sure that the person who's writing the quiz is the person who's getting the taking the course. All right, so we're going to stop recording. And the person who, we're done. All right, so we finished the facial detection and we're ready to begin the assessment. So everything looks good. And I'm going to say, okay, let's begin the assessment. So I'll simplify that process a little bit further so it's not so laborious there. But because we're doing this online, I wanted to make sure that you guys had a unique, secure, vetted exam experience. All right, so here's the exam, and basically it's multiple choice, and you have to click on the area. So there's 15 questions. So what I'll do here is I'll just select the first one of each, and you'll notice that you're not allowed to go back. Each question is randomly selected, so your exam will not be the same as another student's exam. The questions are pooled from different areas, and they're organized randomly here, and they're organized random questions. So it won't be like you could sit down, two students couldn't sit down and just do them together, for example, and because they have to be done roughly at the same time, it makes it very difficult. Anyways, what the point is. So what we're trying to do is, I know it's a little more laborious here to go through the assessment, but anyway, that's just how it is with these online. So once you've completed all the questions, for some reason there's only 14, I think there's normally 15, you can click on Save the Answer, and it records your mark. And you can go back into your grading system and see what grade you got. Now when it comes down to the actual answers, you won't be able to get those until after everybody has written it. So you can also go back in here and write up some comments if you want, submit, and it only took me 1 minute of 10 minutes to do that because I was just guessing every single question is letter A, and we can practice this again and again. So that's pretty much how the testing works when it comes to the lockdown browser. So, and that's how it's going to work for this this entire course. So that's why I'm doing the video. So I want you to make sure that you know how to install the tool, how to run the tool, how to go through the webcam, and practice. And you can practice this, and there's no marks assigned to this, so you can pick any answers you want for this one. Doesn't really matter. I'll go in here and I'll fix this so that you only have to do a few of those conditions. You don't have to abide by all of them, but there will be a camera component to it. So you'll make sure that you have a laptop with a camera, so either a Mac or a PC should do it, but it won't work on a phone, for example. All right, so that's how the assessment there works. So I'm going to close down the lockdown browser, and that returns me back to my regular browser. And the next part of the assessment I want to go over is the assignment. So the assignment that you're going to do is, and you can see it right here, and you will see this when it'll highlight on September the 8th. It'll be displayed until December the 8th, I believe is the last day. I'm not sure of the last day when it's due. Now, this is an ongoing throughout the entire course. So here's the assignments. Now, each chapter has a online course that you're going to have to do, and you're going to have to do it with your LinkedIn profile. My next video is going to go through and explain how you're going to set up a LinkedIn profile and how the LinkedIn Learning works. So I'll go into this in a lot more detail, but just to give you an example here, you can, so for the course number 1 in week 1, you're going to take the Learning Microsoft 365. And the reason I want you to take this course is because everybody should have a basic fundamental knowledge of Office 365. They should definitely have a very strong knowledge in Excel and Word and Outlook. But we have a tool that Douglas College pays for. It's office.com, and all students have full access, and it gives you access to all the software. So it's all free, and all of these learning tools are free. So let's use them. Now, the other good thing is because this LinkedIn Learning is connected to LinkedIn, as you complete a course, you'll get a certificate that gets linked to your profile. So future employers will see this. And I'll go through that in more details when I go through the LinkedIn Learning setup in here. So if I was logged in right here, I could probably go through and show it to you, but I'm going to cover that in another video. So just to go back to the assessment, is you have to complete all of those video courses. Now you might think, wow, that's so much work, but these are an hour and a half long, and they're quite interesting. They're very intense knowledge, I guess. What's the word I'm looking for? Just it's very precise knowledge on each of these topics. Now they don't articulate perfectly with the learning objectives of this course, but they're very close, and they're relatively on topic. So chapter 2 has to do with the hardware, and I've suggested this course right here, which is the CompTIA A+ certification, and that'll show up on your LinkedIn profile. So in the future, an employer will see that you've done the CompTIA A+ basic video course, which is they realize it's a non-really assessed course, but at least you've gone through it. Now, some students have tried this and they waited till the end of the course to start going through all these, and they didn't get through them because it's just so much work. So you want to schedule yourself. You do one of these each week throughout the course, and they're an hour, like I said, an hour and a half long, and there's some questions in there to get through. In addition, you guys, I'm going to ask you guys to pick 3 of your own. So there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of these courses inside of LinkedIn Learning that you can select. And that's what I want you guys to do, is pick 3 more of your own. So you should have a total of 15 badges in your LinkedIn profile. And that's actually how I'm going to mark it. So how am I going to mark this, that you've done it? I'm going to mark it because I'm going to go into your LinkedIn profile and I'm going to see that you've got 15 courses. Maybe you only got 14 or 13 courses. You'll get 13 out of 15 on this particular assignment. So I'm assigning all of these courses to be done as the assignment component of this course. And I've had really positive feedback from many of my students about this assignment. They really, really enjoyed it. In fact, a lot of them are still on my LinkedIn and they comment, and some of them are still taking courses a year after they were even in my course because they know that these courses really help their careers and it's very relevant. They're very applied, and that's why I do it. So I'm not going to be building your online profile in the Cengage system. I'm going to be doing all of that in the LinkedIn because that's what you're going to take away with you after you leave this course and finish and graduate from the college. All right. So that is what we're going to do for the assignments. Now, when it comes to the presentation is going to require a complete video on its own. And you'll see it in your list here called the presentation on managing an information system. You guys are going to have to do a presentation. You're thinking, well, how am I going to do a presentation during lockdown online? Well, easy. You're going to do one just like I'm doing in this video here. You're going to record it using some tools I'm going to show you, and you're going to upload it to YouTube or to TechSmith, and you're going to send me the link. And I'm going to watch a 5-minute presentation of you, and I'm going to post it for everybody else in the class. They can watch it if they want, and it'll be on a managing information system that you select. So these are the step-by-step instructions, but there's a lot here, and I think it requires a complete video on its own. So I will be doing another video specifically around the presentation and how I want you how to conduct and to perform that. It's worth 5 marks, but it really allows you as a student to get in and find a system that you like, that you think is going to help you in your career, and learn a little more about it and put it on your resume and show a future employer as a artifact in your portfolio that you know how to do an additional system. So it's going to be up to you on how to select one. And a lot of students think, I don't know what to select. Well, I'll help you in that process of trying to narrow it down and find something that's going to be meaningful for you guys. All right, now, if we go through the rest of this, now we've done the pre-assessment quiz, then there's quiz number 1, and it's virtually the same pattern, except you know what date it's going to be, and I've actually scheduled the dates right here. So it's going to pop up on September the 18th at 12:30. You have 1 hour to complete 10-minute quiz of 15 multiple choice questions to complete that. If you miss the quiz, you miss it, and there's no redos. It's not like you can say, well, I missed it. Can I redo it? No, because if you miss it and I give a student the opportunity, to redo it, that means that all the other students that did it on the right time, it's not fair to them. And I have a pretty firm policy about trying to be fair to everybody. So when students ask me, oh, I know, but I was away, or I was sick, or something happened, it is what it is. It's like going to a class and you miss the class, you miss the quiz. These are only worth 1.67% each, so it's not the end of the world if you miss a quiz. There is no rewrites on the quizzes, and there's 12 of them. All right, as we progress through, you will be doing a midterm, and the midterm is going to be scheduled. Now, I think I got the wrong date. I might have the wrong date here right now. Oh, no, it looks right. Except I think the time is going to be 1:30 till 3:30. Yeah, I think that's a little bit off. But it'll be on the Friday, October the 22nd. You will have to log in at that time. And you have 1 hour and 30 minutes to complete the midterm. The midterm is going to be 64 multiple choice questions, so very similar to what you've been doing with the quizzes. So if you're practicing the quizzes, you're getting prepared for the midterm. The midterm is worth 30% of your grade. It's worth a huge portion. Each chapter is essentially worth 5%. There's going to be also 9 questions from each chapter, approximately. For that's chapters 1 through 6, and you get approximately a minute, probably a little less than a minute for each of those. And you're also going to have 7 essay questions. I think it's going to be, I think it's 7 essay questions. So you've got 1 question per chapter for each chapter. And I think that might change a bit. I think because it goes from chapter 1 to 6, I think I've modified this. It might only be 6 essay questions, which means that I'm going to ask you a key fundamental question from each chapter, and I want you to explain it. Did you understand a basic concept? That question I'm going to give you will be in the readings. It'll be on the e-text. It'll be in my PowerPoint presentations. So you'll be exposed to that concept at least 2, if not 3 times. So you should have a basic understanding on how to articulate the concept of the question that I'm asking. And I'll be asking you to explain it in 3 or 4, maybe 5 sentences for each of those. All right, and here's some basic instructions that I'm going to be requiring. I'll be modifying this as well, I think, to suit the online component. All right, so that's the midterm, and the midterm and the final are virtually identical. That means that the final exam will be identical to the midterm. The only difference is that the structure is going to be identical. The difference is it's chapters 7 through 12. And again, it's a 1.5 hour final exam, and it's worth 30%. Each chapter is worth 5%. I'm not going to go back to chapter 1 on the final. I'm just going to carry on from the midterm. So it's not a summative final. It is going to be just on the materials that we have not assessed you on. So technically you're going to be assessed on each chapter twice. You have a quiz, which is going to have 15 questions. And then on the final, you'll have another 9 questions or so. I mean, this might modify slightly. I might have to adjust this slightly to accommodate reducing the course by 2 chapters. All right. Well, I hope that explains how the assessment works. Now, you're going to be able to go into your grade center, and you're going to be able to look at that as well. And how it's, once you open it up, well, actually, I don't have this ready to go yet, but you will have the ability to go in here to your grade center and look at each grade and know exactly what you're getting throughout the course right here. So I'm not going to do the grade center inside of the Cengage e-textbook system. I'm going to be doing it in the Blackboard system. All right. So I hope that explains it, and I will see you guys in the next video.